I had always had problems with like the abnormal bleeding and menstrual cycles, all that. I've had, they would be so beyond painful, I had even passed out quite a few times. I would get sick. And so I was even told long before I had kids that I couldn't have kids because of all the abnormal things going on. And then after I had them, I did start getting a little concerned, and there was abdominal pain. I had a lot of that. I just every day, or even being active, it was just painful. And that was the main thing. It was the abnormal bleeding. I never knew when I'd have a menstrual cycle or anything, and the fact that I would have, sometimes I'd have 3 in a month, and sometimes I would skip a month. And I would even have symptoms sometimes of being pregnant, even though I wasn't. And but the pain alone, and kind of feeling like very worn out, very fatigued, very, you know, I just kind of thought that it would be a good idea to talk to somebody about it. That's when I met Dr. Volan, and he was the one that actually told me, now if you have any more children, you will literally come to the point where you will have to decide the baby's life or yours. Then after Dr. Volan told me that, I was like, I don't ever want to make that decision. So I went ahead and talked to him about it, and he, after some more tests and different things, that's, instead of getting tubes tied, it ended up being a hysterectomy. And Dr. Volan's the first male doctor I've ever seen, like as far as I know in my lifetime. But even as a male, he really actually understood. And he, after having my daughter, she was my 3rd child, and he gave me more information than I had through any of my pregnancies. I was very impressed with him because I've seen a lot of doctors. He was able to describe to me what was going on with my body, if that makes any sense. So he was very informative. He did really good. I was very nervous about it at first. I was nervous about the procedure. I was worried on top of everything that it wouldn't work, that something would happen, one of the surgeries wouldn't work. That's why I went to Dr. Volan after everything, because he was able to inform me of so much. I had to have a bladder suspension because I was pretty prolapsed from having my babies and different things. So I had to have that suspended, and then I also had to have my my cervix and vaginal area lifted from also having the babies, because I put my body through quite a bit having them. They were worth it. As far as the bladder suspension, it helped out a lot, because on occasions I really did have to worry about where's the bathroom, you know, like those commercials that, you know, oh, I don't want to sit there because how am I gonna, you know, because I mean, I was worrying about coughing, sneezing, laughing too hard. I mean, just the ridiculous things that people shouldn't really have to worry about. And now everything's fine. Like, I haven't had not one problem, not one time since after all that, not even directly after I had the surgery. A lot of my pain kind of was from the prolapse and all those different things. So that even actually has helped a lot. I really don't have pain at all anymore, which is huge, because I went a very long time having it, you know. As a parent, you want to be able to go do things with your kids. I was very much into going to the mountains. We fished all the time, just even after work. Like, I would, we would take them to parks every day. We were very, very active with them. Before, I would be so tired. I would be hurting, I'd be tired, I really wanted to do stuff with them, but I really just kind of wanted to get back into bed. Now, it's a lot different. I'm able to lift them up and not hurt. I'm able to run around with them. I'm not nearly as tired. It actually really was kind of life-changing for me. If you're in any kind of pain like that, or you're constantly bleeding, which means you're constantly worn out, it doesn't hurt to ask about it. When I was at North Suburban Medical Center, they would come in and check on me. I had very informative and attentive nurses. The doctors and nurses here are wonderful. I actually love this hospital. I've been to a few different hospitals. In this hospital, I take my kids here. I switched everything over to where we could have the doctors and nurses from here.